Mark Gilman, along with Western Oregon quarterback Trey Shimabukuro. Trey, week number one, no W down at Humboldt State, but I have to tell you, I was awfully impressed with the way the team rallied after what could be only described as a rough first quarter. The team really got it back together, and you had to feel pretty good about how you finished that ball game.
Yeah, I mean, we started off slow. I mean, unlike the NFL, we don't have preseason games to kind of warm up to things, but our expectation was to come out hot and to come out firing, and we knew that we needed to do that in order to have a shot. Humboldt's crowd is insane. I mean, they packed the house, and they made sure that you couldn't hear each other speak, But in the second half, we put some things together, figured out exactly, what we could do as an offense, and kind of dialed in and honed in on just those things. And I think in the third quarter, our O-line played lights out all game, and in the third quarter, I started to see things a little better and get the ball, to those guys and let them make plays on the outside. I think that's what it really came down to.
Now, you certainly had some good performances. The whole wide receiving core looked pretty good. Andy Avgi was phenomenal on that touchdown pass catch. And then Paul does what Paul does. I think he's only allergic to kryptonite the way he flies out there.
Andy was a huge addition for us this offseason. From day one in summer workouts, we knew that he could be special. He caught everything, and his attention to detail as far as route running was, second to none. And then everyone got to see it, Saturday. He got a little banged up, couldn't finish, but we expect him to be huge for us. I mean, you throw the ball, anywhere near him, and, he comes up with it. Same thing with Paul. You just throw it up, and when in doubt, throw it to Paul. It's kind of that deal. But he makes my job way easier. So does Andy. We have a ton of guys just like that I think will showcase their abilities this Saturday.
I was going to say Gray and Thomas also did some good things for you, especially in that second half.
Yeah, Wes stepped up big time for us. We always knew he was fast, but I didn't know he was that fast. He moved a little bit. And then DT, Keone Paceno, those guys stepped up big time. They ran routes, with their eyes and was sitting in windows that, we harped on all spring and summer. So they did what they were supposed to do and made my job a whole lot easier. I just had to throw it in their area. They catch it and go run with it. So it was a fun deal.
I was also going to say that it's still a work in progress, but again, Joe Harris had a pretty good day running the football, and having that running game really can take a little pressure off the quarterback too, can it?
Oh, yeah. That's the old Joe. That's the Joe we know. And the O-line, again, lights out, in pass protection and run blocking. They were, I thought, the best O-line that day. We were able to take advantage of the run game early on. And unfortunately, in the fourth, we're behind and kind of had to push and had to throw it every down, But even that, the O-line protected, Joe protected, which is huge for a running back, not just running the ball, but protecting. And then also he caught a few out the backfield, so that was nice.
Yeah. I was going to say it's a great mix to have. Now, despite the loss, this is something you can build upon. What are some things you as a quarterback feel like you're starting to develop here, as you saw even during the course of that football game?
Humboldt's a tough loss. One, it's a conference game, and two, it's our rival. And it's always nice beating your rival. But you kind of got to flush it and take the positives and move on with it. I think if we let Humboldt and the game affect how we prepare this week, we'll be in trouble. I think the guys have done a good job of kind of focusing in on Simon, and it's all about Simon. We learned a lot about our offense, a lot about our O-line, and I think, it's only looking up from here. I think we can do some good things, and it starts with Simon.
I was going to say that, for the last couple of years, you've been kind of number two behind, as you've said, described him, a very good quarterback in Ryan Bergman. But now it's your turn here. Have you started to feel like it's now your team after a game under your belt?
No, you try to, as a quarterback, you always want to win the locker room, and that's all where it starts. Once you win the locker room, you can kind of build from that. And I think Berg and the guys even before him, but in my opinion, Berg was the best ever player here, and he really did that. He won the respect of the locker room and then moved from there. Cody Von Oppen was another one that really did that, and you notice late in games, guys rallied behind him. And for us as an offense, we kind of rally, obviously our defense, the best. I still think they're the best in the conference. And once they start getting some stops and we start rallying behind them, things just kind of start going for us. And it's just kind of my job to not get too high, not get too low, and kind of stay even keel, and it's really just get the balls to the playmakers. That's all it comes down to, and let them do their thing.
You still got a lot of optimism, and one loss is just that. There's a lot of football left to play, and I know there's still a whole lot of positive thinking in this Wolves football locker room.
Absolutely. You can't really let those kinds of things affect you. You come back Sunday, watch it, fix it, and Monday is a whole new week, and you got to do that. And the most important game on our schedule right now, like I said before, it used to be Humboldt, but now it's Simon, and that's our outlook on things. Everything we do is for Simon, and they got 100% of our focus right now.
Well, Trey Shimabukuro, you've always had that 100-watt smile. Thanks for your positive outlook, and thanks for your time today, sir.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.